Okay, hey guys, what's up? Evilzombie here. I'm back again with more tabletop gaming stuff. Today we're doing a book review of Index Card RPG or ICRPG. This is a 400-page book. It's a chunky boy. It's glorious. Because originally, I think that the original book was like 4 or 5 books. No, I think it was 3 books that you would have to get normally. But now it's all combined into the Master Edition, and I hear it's different than 2E, than the second edition, but I'm not really sure why. I just know that it's pretty up to date. The rule set is fabulous, and it all makes sense. I've been reading the PDF, but I also ordered the physical book because I like physical books, and I wanted to share that with you and tell you about it and kind of flip through a little bit after I got the physical book in, even though I already had the PDF because I got it on what the fuck is it called? DriveThruRPG. I got it on DriveThruRPG. My camera is crooked. I don't know why, but that bothers me immensely. Can I fix this? Okay, I'm just gonna roll with it like that. It's a little better. Anyways, I got it on DriveThruRPG. I ordered the physical book and the PDF for the same price as if I just ordered the PDF. I was like, what the hell? Why not? So let's go through, or the same price as it would have been if I just ordered the physical book by itself, So basically, your actual rules for this are very brief. You don't have a lot of rules. The entire rulebook ends in like 30-something pages, I think it was. I don't think the player handbook part actually starts until like page 36 or some shit. Player's guide doesn't even start till it starts at page 21. So the main core rules for the game end at page 19. That's the end of the core rule system. And that's not even like the whole thing. Those don't even start till page 5, because before that it's just telling you what a tabletop game is and like how they discovered the game kind of thing. So page 5 to page 18, that's how long the rules are. It's a very short rule system. It's very straightforward, and it makes very good sense. And you can also play on index cards if you want. Or you can also get like the prepared index card stuff that has monsters and locations and all that, and then you can print it on cardstock. That's another option. But the main system for it is fantastic. It says how to use the book. It's basically a player's or a dungeon master's guide and player's handbook all in one. It's fantastic like that. There are some areas that tells you about the different worlds, tells you how to go about being a dungeon master and the order of things, basically. And I like the sense of humor it has. The art style is actually really cool. Pretty much almost every page has cool artwork. And that is a big thing, except for that one, apparently. But even the index, it has cool artwork. Almost every page has cool artwork, and artwork is a big thing for me. And look, it even has some of it on index cards. Like they always say, if something's on an index card, you might want to keep note of that, Attempts meet or beat the target, and roll for effort, plus roll for effort. So there's different kinds of things. There's part of the turn. There's actions. Let's see, moving. Okay, moving is can be summarized in these. So you have a turn that's an action by just doing something, no movement, or you can move and then do your action, or you can just move double. So that's like D&D a lot. Like the dash action is the move far. You have different kinds of checks and stuff, of course. Simple action checks, attempts, where you're trying to do stuff with the D20. The target is a cool system in this. Every room, every area, every card has a set target, and all the rolls will be trying to beat that one target. The area has a target of like 12 or 13. Then everything is based on that. The monster, to hit the monster, it's still 13 then, or still 12, whatever the target is for that room. If you get poisoned, you're still beating that number. It doesn't switch back and forth. Once you're in a room with that difficulty number, that's what it is. And that's cool artwork as well. I love it. It gives you all the basic stuff for the dice and what they mean. So and health is cool in this too. You get a certain amount of hearts. Like if you have an enemy that has 3 hearts, he has 30 health, because 1 heart equals 10 health. That's the whole HP system there. So if an enemy has 2 hearts, you have 1 heart at the start, you have to get rid of 20 health from that enemy. Okay, so your basic stuff is going to be with a D4, weapons and tools, or like any tool and any weapon. If you're using a crowbar to open a door, that gets a D6. If you're shooting someone, that gets a D6. Or no, not that gets a D8. If you're stabbing someone, that gets a D6. If you're smacking someone with a bat, D6, because it's a tool and a blunt weapon. Guns are always a D8. Those can be pretty deadly. Magic and energy, they're more powerful than guns a lot of time. Fireball is definitely more powerful than a gun. But magic stuff gets a D10, and ultimate stuff when you crit. Those are awesome. That's when you get the D12, the almighty D12. And crits are fun in this as well. When they get to that, it's cool. The dog realized people are here. I will get to that later. But there's other people home. They can check it. It's fine. Artwork is pretty. Talks more about the movement. The rule system is really straightforward. Talks about how death works in this. Basically, you either roll like a natural 20 on your thing. That would count as a miracle, or someone has to help you like within the next set of turns, because you roll D4 to see how many turns you have until you're dead. And if they don't help you within that time, you're just dead. So yeah, no, it can be a little harsh. And also, if you get hit with something that's more than 20, if you is it down to negative 20, yeah, if you get down to negative 20 HP, you just blow up your chunks, which I love. Tells you how to heal and recover. Oh, the hero coin is cool. That's basically same thing as not initiative. What is the thing in D&D where you say inspiration? That was it. It's like inspiration, but you can't hoard it. You can only get one at a time, and you can give it to other players if you want. I would suggest actually getting a really cool freaking coin, one that looks awesome, and just hand that to actual players. That'd be awesome. More artwork done on the same style, but on index card size things, so you have an idea what you can draw or print if you get that book. And that's the end of the basic rules. The stuff it goes over is pretty simple. For heroes, it goes over what kinds of people you can be. You get different kinds of stats based on what era you're in, because you can do augments as well on the character sheet. This is what the character sheet looks like, which is fantastic. I love it when a book does a character sheet like this, where it just has items listed, much like in Call of Cthulhu, how they do it in 7th edition. That just has like area bubbles, and it points to each area. This is very similar, so it's all numbered. It's very straightforward, and I love it. Here's what the worlds are. It tells you about different areas like Warp Shell, Living Ships, Future. You're in like the game Alien and Star Trek and Warhammer, so you're in the future kind of thing. There's different kind of things. Vigilantes, so you have mutants, and you have heroes and stuff like that. You have one that's mostly like D&D, Elfheim. It's cool. There's lots of different worlds, and you can make your own. You don't have to use theirs, but it's cool because the characters are. Let's see. You have the world, like basically, the world is where your character comes from, what kind of person he is, all those things. Even though that doesn't, well, it kind of affects a little bit on your stat, but it's not that much of a thing. Mostly what you put your points into makes a bigger difference, And there are western areas and future-y areas, and it's cool. I'm not going to spend too much time flipping through. Loot's important. Loot is cool. Augments are cool when you're doing a future setting. It does get into the races a bit. What kind of pluses and minuses they get. Like Tortons. I like turtles. I like tortoises. I was a big fan of Ninja Turtles, so I'm probably going to try one of them out sometime because they have good magic stuff and good constitution. That would make a pretty good cleric type character, It'd be awesome. Or a magic user, because you'd have a non-squishy magic user because they would have a natural defense. I love it. Gerblins are like goblins, kind of, but they're cooler because they're just better. Starting loot, it goes over all the basic stuff. Of course, it goes over all the basic loot, what everything is. And I'm not anywhere near done in this. I'm gonna go faster. You have all the basic things you would expect for a player's guide. You have tables and the price on things, and then it goes into the Game Master's guide, the GM's guide. It goes over more of how specific things work and how to interact with your players, It's really well done. I'm about this far in my actual reading, so the rest is more of a mystery to me as well. So this is mostly a quick flip through. I'm going to go over it in depth later on after I've finished reading everything. It tells you how to put together a world and a story. Like this is telling you how to put everything together, so it tells you how to branch and then loop back to the way the story is going. I like the monster area. I've been flipping through that as well. The way that everything looks, like the art of room design. Do. I love the sense of humor, how to put together encounters so you can kind of do, like in football, you can do like a little game plan for where everybody is, what's around the room, and it's just a quick way to draw it out. And don't worry if you can't make it look exactly the same. As long as the idea gets across and the characters have fun, you're fine. You know, and it tells you different situations and what they would look like. And that's something I really enjoy. I'm going to go forward a bit. We got... Let's see. We got the different modes, of course, in here. I like horror modes in games. I was looking at the horror aspects of this and what the sanity rules are, and they're not bad. I like sanity rules in games. You know, they're fun. The way horror can be described in some games is delightful. My favorite horror style in a game is probably from Alone Against Fear, because just the way it handles it seems to work really well, you know? Okay, we got monsters. Let's see, yes. We got monsters, and monsters are cool because each of them, they do offer a 50-cent like book that has all of the monsters just so you can print them all out, as well as just different locations and all that stuff like I said earlier. But they all have their pictures in here along with all their statistics, how many hearts they have. Like this guy's this Drake, it's like a dragon, has 50 health because it has 5 hearts. And it tells you basically all the information. It's just a monster manual, but it's freaking awesome because everything is freaking awesome. And I like monsters. I really like monsters. And some of them do deserve more page because just look at that. We got the worlds. I already showed you what those basically were earlier on. This just goes more in depth like an Alfheim. Then, yeah, it goes really in depth with the worlds. A lot of the book is worlds. A warp shell. I'm excited to run a horror alien style adventure in this, much like Alien RPG, but using similar rules to D&D like we're used to, you know? I'm excited to try and run something in that for fun. Maybe like as the Colonial Marines, you know? Ghost Mountain. That one is going to be interesting, like a Western kind of thing I might run it as. Pirates, Western. Vigilante City is going to be interesting with all the mutants and stuff. Blood and Snow I haven't gotten to read that much onto yet, but I'm working on it. Gives you a lot of information on each of those. The spells and how all the magic system works in here is a whole big section on it. And of course, all the artwork is beautiful. I love the artwork at this. It's so cool. This big section on magic, as it deserves. You know, it's not just a quick page that doesn't really tell you anything. It does go into pretty good detail. That's why I'm still reading it. Like, I've had it for a couple weeks on the PDF, and I'm still reading it. Tables. I like how it even says, this you can trust. If you don't know what to do, well, in table we trust, you know? Because it's all here. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Locations, you can't decide where they are in Alfheim. You just roll your d20, and then you can just pick one off of there. Or a warp shell, or what kind of obstacles are in front of them. There's so many of them. It's cool. There's just different tables. I love tables, because it makes my life easier, you know? Monster tables, like a D100 if you don't know which one to jump in front of them. D20 tables. I like tables. Tables are fun. There's a crap ton of tables. Cursed loot. I'm going to screw with my players. I have an item that I gave to one of my players where it makes all above table talk in game talk. So the character says it out loud if they are holding the item. And they thought it was funny. And the character sheet. That's the basic of the book. The shipping must have been pretty bad because my book got a little damaged up here and there's some scratches down here. And yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. A little bit of damage right here. It's not too bad. The inside of the book is fine. It's fantastic. But it does look like it went through a little bit of a ringer in the shipping, even though it was inside a nice sturdy box. Don't know what that's about. It just is. But I'm excited. I'm happy. I have my nice all-in-one 400-something page freaking book. It's humongous. whole 400 pages? Yeah, that's 400 pages, all right. $3.99 the end of the tables. Then you have this is the last page. Yeah, I don't see any kind of licensing page. Oh yeah, here it is. But it's cool. Yeah, I love it. It's interesting. I think I keep smacking the table when the microphone and the camera are attached to the table. Sorry. But do I think you should check it out? Yeah, if you have like 20, 30 extra bucks, go check it out. It's a fun game. It's well put together, and it's very highly rated by everyone that I've seen look at it. This was not sent to me or anything. I bought this, and I'm reviewing it. I'm talking about it. Basically, this is my first impression going through the whole thing, flipping through it with you. I have been reading it myself in my free time, and every waking moment it's driving my wife crazy. I'm sorry. But so far, I'm having a good time with it. It's fun, and I do suggest it. So you guys go check it out if you got a little extra money and you want a simple rule set that is in depth at the same time for different styles of play. That would be the specific type of game description I'll give to you on this, because there's different worlds and it's advertised for not just being fantasy, but it can do it. So it's an open-ended system that is very flexible at the same time as being easy to use and in-depth. So I'll include a link in the description below. I will include Amazon links. I'll include, what's it called? DriveThruRPG links. Those are all affiliate links, just so you know. It doesn't cost you any extra, but it helps me. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. And I will add this as well to my startplaying.games link where I can be hired as a dungeon master for hire. I'll add this after I finish reading it. So see you guys later. Bye.